Now, our feature presentation.
Hello and welcome to another WMA club meeting, but welcome, yes, the final chapter of our spring break workshop spectacular. Yes, I know it's been long. You guys learned a lot of stuff on break, and you guys are ready to come back on Monday and do schoolwork and to come back to in-person meetings finally. So that'd be awesome. But it is going to be the last chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed this entire spring break workshop spectacular journey with us. And if you guys loved it, please tell us, because we are going to think about doing this again next year, because I think it's awesome. We're able to highlight some of the topics of wealth management. We're able to fit an entire academic year to talk about with you guys. So for the final chapter of our spring break workshop spectacular, we'll be talking about social responsible investing. So if you guys are ready, I'm certainly ready. Let's get this party started, baby. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. And I'm sorry, I'm just making sure. Okay, should I make sure that was there? All right, let me get my slide deck up here. Let me get this going, get my notes going. And then by the end, and probably by the email you guys are going to get, if you guys are FDU students, you guys can probably get an email today. I will probably put in that email the link to all of our mega workshops that we did and all of our spring break workshop spectaculars, all the slide decks that we've done. You guys have access to them. You'll only be able to view them though, because again, we worked our butts off on these. So we want to make sure you guys are able to just view them and not edit them. So, all right, so here we go. The potential final chapter of our spring break workshop spectacular. Here we go. All right, so we're going to talk about what is social responsible investing, why is it important. We're also talking about the benefits of them, how to invest socially responsibly, examples of social responsible investing, and criticisms of social responsible investing, and then a conclusion to wrap this all up. And obviously, I think one of our speakers this semester, Fleet Invest, actually did talk about social responsible investing, but we're going to go a little more in depth about it in general. So let's first discuss what is it? What is social responsible investing? So social responsible investing, or SRI, or social or ethical investing, is an investment strategy that seeks to achieve both financial returns and social impact. It is a way of aligning your values and benefits with your investment portfolio. SRI involves investing in companies that are committed to environmental sustainability, social justice, and ethical practices, while also avoiding companies that engage in practices that are harmful to the people or the planet. The goal of SRI is to promote positive change in society by influencing corporate behavior and encouraging companies to be more environmentally and socially responsible. So why should I even care about social responsible investing? Well, social responsible investing is important for a couple of reasons. I'm going to explain to you all of them. Aligning with investments. SRI allows investors to support companies that share the values and beliefs. It can help investors align their financial goals with their personal or societal values. Promoting positive change. SRI can promote positive change in society by influencing corporate behavior and encouraging companies to be more environmentally and socially responsible. Encouraging transparency. SRI can encourage companies to be more transparent about their operations and supply chains. This can help to reduce the risk of negative publicity or controversies, which can be damaging to a company's reputation and financial performance. Reducing risk. SRI can help investors to reduce risk in their portfolios. Companies that are socially responsible may be less prone to controversies and negative publicity, which can lead to financial losses, and that could contribute to a better future. By investing in a socially responsible companies, investors could contribute to a better future for themselves and for future generations. SRI can help promote sustainable economic growth, social justice, and environmental stewardship. So, what are the benefits even for social responsible investing? Well, the benefits are the following. Financial return. Contrary to the popular belief that SRI may lead to lower financial returns, studies have shown that socially responsible investing can provide competitive financial returns. Some studies have even suggested that companies with strong ESG, or environmental social governance practices, may outperform those without. Might be a future workshop we might do here at WMA Club ESG. We might do that. Thank you, Chapter 10, for giving me this idea. So that's awesome. Social impact. SRI allows investors to support companies that promote environmental sustainability, social justice, and ethical practices. By investing in socially responsible companies, investors can contribute to positive social and environmental changes. Risk reduction. Companies that are culturally responsible may be less prone to controversies and negative publicity, which can lead to financial losses. As such, investing in socially responsible companies can help to reduce the risk in the portfolio. Portfolio diversification, like we talked about this entire workshop, spectacular diversification. So, socially responsible investing can help investors to diversify their portfolios. SRI funds and ETFs invest across various sectors and industries, which can help to spread the risk and minimize exposure to any one sector. And a long-term perspective. SRI takes a long-term perspective, focusing on the sustainability of a company's operations and its impact on society and the environment. By investing in socially responsible companies, investors can contribute to sustainable economic growth, social justice, and economic stewardship. Sorry, I look at the TV there for a second. Sorry. So how do I invest socially responsibly? Well, there are ways to do that, and there's actually 5. Let's start with the first one: social responsible mutual funds and ETFs. Investors can invest in mutual funds and ETFs that focus on focus on SRI. And that's what I'm going to call social responsible investing for now on, SRI. Just so I don't confuse anyone. These funds and ETFs typically invest in companies that meet the specific ESG criteria. Individual stocks. Investors can research individual companies to determine whether they meet their SRI criteria. Factors to consider may include a company's environmental impact, labor practices, diversity and inclusion policies, and corporate government practices, ESG ratings, and research. And obviously, for anyone who's at FDU, there's a Bloomberg Lab. You can actually look up ESG. Use the Bloomberg Labs. Pay a lot of money for those. Investors can use ESG ratings and research to evaluate companies' ESG practices. These ratings and research reports can help investors to make more informed investment decisions. Proxy voting. Yeah, you can actually proxy vote to actually invest in SRI. Investors can use their voting power to support SR practices. This includes voting on issues such as climate change, human rights, and executive compensation. And then finally, community investing, which is simple: a community investing in a certain stock or portfolio. Investors can support their local communities by investing in community developed financial institutions, or CDFIs, or other local investment opportunities that promote economic development, job creation, and affordable housing. So here's some examples of SRI. Renewable energy. Investing in companies that promote renewable energy can support the transition to a more sustainable future. Examples of companies in space include solar panel manufacturers, wind turbine producers, and even electric vehicle makers. And even as just a recent example, Tesla. Yes, this is Elon Musk. If anyone gets that meme, pat yourself on the back for that one. Fair labor practices. Investors can support companies that prioritize fair labor practices, including paying workers fair wages, providing safe working conditions, and ensuring that workers are treated with dignity and the utmost respect. Companies that promote fair labor practices may include clothing and apparel manufacturers, electronic companies, and food and beverage producers. Carbon emissions reduction. Investing in companies that are committed to reducing carbon emissions can help to mitigate the effects of climate change. Example companies in space include those that are produce low emission vehicles, develop carbon capture and storage technologies, and invest in renewable energy. So basically, carbon emission reduction and renewable energy go hand in hand in this case. Diversity and inclusion, or in the business form, DEI or DEIB, as I've heard otherwise, but I usually go by DEI. Investors can support companies that promote diversity and inclusion. In reality, it's really diversity, equity, and inclusion. I don't know why they're calling it diversity and inclusion. It's really diversity, equity, and inclusion, but again, I'm not going to fight over it. Including those with strong gender and racial diversity at all levels of the organization. Companies that prioritize diversity and inclusion may include those in the tech, finance, and consulting industries. And then finally, corporate governance. Investing in companies with strong corporate governance practices can help to ensure that the companies are held accountable for their actions and decisions. Companies with strong corporate governance practices may include those with independent board of directors, transparent accounting practices, and ethical decision-making frameworks. So let's now talk about some criticisms about SRI, which there are 5 of them. Like I talked about with examples, there are now also 5 criticisms. Lower financial returns. Now, critics argue that social responsible, or SRI, may lead to lower financial returns, as investors may limit their investment opportunities by excluding companies that do not meet their ESG criteria. However, recent studies have shown that social responsibility investing can provide competitive financial returns, and some companies with strong ESG practices may even outperform those without it. Limited investment opportunities. Some critics argue that social responsibility investing may limit investing opportunities by excluding certain factors or industries, such as fossil fuels or tobacco or gambling, as an example. And you know who I'm talking about here when I say that. Sin stocks. However, there are now many social responsible investing options available across various sectors and industries. Lack of impact. Critics argue that social responsible investing may not effectively promote social and environmental change, as it may only have a limited impact on corporate behavior. They argue that direct advocacy and engagement with companies may be more effective in promoting change. Greenwashing. Get it? Like not like washing something that's green. Like greenwashing, like energy, if you know what I mean. Critics also argue that some companies may engage in greenwashing or making false or misleading claims about their environmental or social practices to appeal to their social responsible investors. This can make it difficult for investors to accurately assess a company's ESG performance. And finally, subjectivity. Critics also argue that social responsible investing is subjective, and there are different investors may have different opinions about what is considered socially responsible. I don't know why my thing's something. This can lead to inconsistency in investment decisions and difficulty in measuring the impact of SRI. So, in conclusion, overall, social responsibility investing is a growing trend that is likely to continue as more investors prioritize ESG factors in their investment decisions. While there are criticisms of social responsible investing, it can provide investors with a way to align their investments with their values and beliefs and support companies that are committed to a social and environmental responsibility. By investing in companies that prioritize ESG factors, investors can promote positive changes and encourage companies to act responsibly and sustainably. And with that, that's it. That's the end of our spring break workshop spectacular. Or you think it is. Because we are going to be extending our spring break workshop spectacular by 2 days. That's right. Monday and Tuesday will be the final 2 days of our spring break workshop spectacular, because if you remember, on the original schedule, we had social responsible investing and investment due diligence on this chapter. However, I decided to split them up. So the rest of the schedule is going to look like this. On Monday, only on social media, only on our club social accounts, investment due diligence workshop hosted by yours truly. That will be chapter 11 of our spring break workshop spectacular. And then on Tuesday will be the final chapter, which will be personal finance management. You may have heard of this topic because actually it basically is a class that's offered at FDU. So we decided, why not? Make a workshop about that. Both of those are going to be from 6 to 7 p.m. with the meeting on Tuesday going to be in person. So obviously in the Mansion Room 13, Dixon Hall Room 70, and on Zoom and on our club social pages as well. But on Monday, it will be only on our club social pages only. So again, do not go to Mansion Room 13, 6, 7 p.m. on Monday, because we're not going to be in there. It will only be online. And then Tuesday we'll be back in person. And then, so again, that's our little way of saying, hey, we're still going to keep doing this. And then, I might throw a little surprise maybe on Tuesday. I might say, hey, we might do another workshop next week, maybe. You never know. Anything can happen. So with that being said, this is not the end of our spring break workshop spectacular, because we still have 2 more chapters to go, chapter 11 and 12. So with that being said, that is it for me. Until tomorrow, we will see you all tomorrow for chapter 11, which is investment due diligence. And that is it for me. Until next time, Jack was saying so long. Have a great rest of your Sunday. We'll see you all tomorrow for chapter 11 of our spring break workshop spectacular. Bye-bye.